Minecraft is a game that I'm sure all of you are familiar with by now. It was and still is a big part of many people's childhoods growing up in the 2010s and beyond. It's a game of endless possibilities, being able to do whatever you want, build whatever you want, go wherever you want. Pretty much, it's imagination incarnate. Me, myself, I grew up on the Xbox 360 version of the game, released back in 2012. Back then, I'd be playing the game nonstop, creating all kinds of worlds, playing on every tutorial world, getting all the music discs, getting diamonds, building amazing houses. I was pretty much living the typical Minecraft lifestyle. And when I say I made a lot of worlds, I'm not kidding. I would make a world pretty much every single day. Like, if I wasn't going far on one world, I'd be going far on another one, and then eventually I'd make another one, give up on the last one, and then rinse and repeat. It was an endless cycle of me just creating worlds nonstop, never really dedicating myself to one, because, I mean, the worlds were pretty limited. You know, you couldn't really do much in them because they weren't infinite, but at the same time, they were all still really fun in their own unique ways with their whole generation and everything. So yeah, to me, you know, each world was pretty much just like me having new ways to have fun, you know, new ways to play the game, you know, never really stuck to one world for very long. It was all just something unique every time. But there was one thing that actually scared me about the game. Herobrine, Minecraft's boogeyman. Ever since his first mention on 4chan, he's haunted the Minecraft community for years. Many people, including myself, were terrified of this being. A player model similar to Steve, with nothing but white eyes staring at you from the fog, was a concept that scared me as a child more than it probably should have. I don't think I need to regale you about Herobrine. You all know what he does. Everyone knows what he does. Everyone knows how he came to be. So, I probably won't have to go on a long tangent about how he came to be. But, why is he important? Why am I bringing him up? Well, there's a very good reason for that. This is Evil Destroyer 612, a channel with only about 835 subs. On the surface, things look normal. Most of the videos uploaded to this channel are simple gaming montages, gaming moments, little skits here and there, but overall, it's pretty mundane. But there is a series of videos on here that I want to pay attention to. The videos of which can be found in a playlist on the channel called Minecraft He Lied, which is presumably the name of the series. Being 4 episodes long, the series follows a unknown narrator who goes through his brother's old files on Minecraft and discovers that there may be something going on inside of one of his old worlds. I'll be the first to admit, the series is not amazing, it doesn't break ground or anything, but I think it does a really good take on Herobrine in terms of horror, psychological horror to be exact. So, instead of continuing on with this, I think I'll just show you the first episode. The first episode of the series opens up with narration in the form of text from someone who we don't get a name of. The text talks about how the narrator's brother had a bad experience on a Minecraft world and swore to never play it again, and he went through his brother's files to see just what was going on. We see a few pictures, mostly of mundane things such as trees and cliff sides. The narrator mentions that he didn't know why he took these, and when he asked his brother about it, he didn't want to see the photos, so he just assumed it was his spawn. As he shows the pictures of the cliff sides, however, he does mention how when he looks at these photos, he can't help but feel disturbed in a way, but he can't explain why. Things change, however, when he gets to the last photo shown in the episode, which is quite an interesting one, to say the least. A lone pyramid made of sand in the middle of the ocean. Strange. After this, the narrator explains that everyone who has played Minecraft will know that these pyramids are a sign of Herobrine. But he stopped believing in Herobrine when he was 9 years old, but he still felt terrified looking at the pyramid. He assumes it's a rare occurrence, which it could be, but a flash in the screen shows us otherwise. For during a split second in the frame, you can see the words "it wasn't" written in the corner, showing that there is clearly something else going on in the narration. The video simply ends with people being asked to list what they think is going on in the comments below. Overall, a good start to quite a short story, and I must say, it got me hooked. I watched this a few times. It's very simple, but I definitely think that the horror introduced into it is kind of effective with what it does, and it only gets better as the series goes on. Speaking of which, let's go on to episode 2. In this episode, the narrator goes on to talk about how their brother actually didn't drop Minecraft entirely. After taking a very long break and after going through some updates, the brother did go back to play Minecraft, but exclusively on multiplayer. He never touched single player again, according to the narrator. The narrator then goes on to say how he's not here to answer questions, and is actually here to show us some videos that he found on the computer that his brother had recorded. And we see some interesting things in a few of these videos. In the first video, we don't really see anything special. It's just the narrator's brother walking around playing the game as usual. Nothing too out of the ordinary. He maintains a base, and even considers apparently fighting a skeleton at one point, but it's too dark to really tell what's going on. Once again, though, something is hidden in this video. The frame distorts and the word "help" can be seen on the screen. The narrator chalks it up to just being a audio and visual glitch due to the computer's age. The second video appears to be just more of the same, fighting monsters, building, and generally just trying to play the game normally, although he appears to be a bit more panicked, being noted that he looks over his shoulder a lot during the game. Overall, though, nothing really happens in this video, apart from another small visual glitch, but not one that holds any secret messages or anything of importance. Towards the end, however, there is one moment that really makes us aware of whatever's going on here. After that, we are left with more footage of just regular gameplay. Everything is normal up until towards the end, where the narrator's brother discovers a cave, and we have another moment at the end. At the end of this, we catch a glimpse through the glitch that what we are looking at is actually a grove of trees with all their leaves missing. Another sign of Herobrine. This episode was definitely one of my favorites. I really did genuinely get scared by the jump scares, and the imagery itself was just very scary for me. I was definitely unnerved by it. I don't know about anyone else, but chills. We do get a very big clue of what we're dealing with. There is definitely some sort of influence from Herobrine going on in this Minecraft world. What with the sand pyramid in the first episode, these distortions, and now the leafless grove of trees in the forest, there's definitely some sort of Herobrine presence in this world. And not to mention the message during the whole jump scare sequence of how he infected his brother's device and infected many other devices as well, and says he terrified everyone, showing that Herobrine may very well be actually possessing the PC itself rather than just the Minecraft world. Definitely a decent amount to work with, but not enough, which is why we now need to go into episode 3, which is when things start to pick up a little bit more. The video starts with the narrator starting how he found more videos with unique names on the computer and that he was going to play them for us. The first video is called Something in the Distance. Nothing really happens in this video apart from two things. One, another glitch jump scare. And finally, a sighting of the big man himself. Finally, the narrator talking about how he suspects that the computer itself was either hacked or infected. The next video is called Cave Exploration, and again is exactly what it sounds like. He is simply exploring the same cave that he found earlier near the leafless grove of trees, which I presume is the cave that he's going through. The cave is dark, as is normal for Alpha Minecraft, and the footage is extremely laggy like all the others. While not much itself is found in the cave, eventually the narrator's brother runs into something which causes us to experience another message from good old Herobrine. He lied. The constant messages of him and he from Herobrine indicate that he is referring to Notch, Minecraft's creator, who said that Herobrine was not real and was not actually his brother. Seems he holds some sort of contempt for him over these statements. Could this be his motivation? Could this hatred from Notch, saying that he's not his brother and is not real, be what's driving him to do all these things? It certainly seems like something has to do with that, but we still have one more video to go through, and I think it's probably the best one. This video has no real title, simply being a screenshot with a date of 2010 in October. The video opened again with a slight glitch, no hidden message, but immediately cuts into normal gameplay of Minecraft. The narrator's brother is seen cutting down trees before he eventually discovers a cave nearby. When he goes into it, he discovers something else. A 2x2 tunnel in the rocks. Again, another classic sign of Herobrine. When he goes in, this happens. And with that, the narrator's brother runs out of the cave, covers it up, and runs, all while the screen distorts. We see some scenes of Herobrine, and then the narrator talks about how he found a screenshot with a date. And the screenshot is of the narrator's brother at the other end of the tunnel, with the picture being taken by an unknown individual at the other end. It's hard to say what the meaning of this story is, if there even is one to begin with, but from what I've seen, it's not really meant to tell a theme or anything like that. It's simply just a simple, scary ARG video like all the others, but with less complication, more simplicity, and just straight to the point. Again, I will say it's not the best. Things definitely could have been better. It could have been a bit more complex, bit more story into it, maybe some sort of theme, but I definitely got scared by it in a few places. The jump scares were good. The use of Herobrine was very good, and I just gotta say that, yeah, the use of Herobrine was very, very well done. You don't really see many horror stories on Minecraft use Herobrine anymore, especially not in such a simple, more psychological stance. But Evil Destroyer managed to do something special. He managed to scare me with Herobrine again, which is something that hasn't been done to me in like about 10 years, and for that I gotta commend him. I'll leave a link to his channel and the series in the description. You gotta see it for yourself. It's very short, but I think it's very sweet, as is. This video probably wasn't a very in-depth analysis, is very sort of like slow-paced, very like just quick through it, but I wanted to try something new. I've been getting back into editing, and this was probably the biggest test so far of that skill. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. With that, however, I will leave you all to it. I hope you all have a good day, good night, good whatever, and until the next upload, I will see you later. Bye bye.